Hey, everybody. It's Romania Black, and we're on volume 12 of Berserk, aka the last volume of Deluxe Volume 4. And I think it's about time for the eclipse. Oh no! Oh no! I forgot my glasses tonight. I realize that, but it's fine. I'm just looking at the book is close enough to my face that I think I can go without the glasses. I think we're good. I think we're solid. And plus, if you think I'm dealing with volume 12 sober, you've got another thing coming. Nope, I have placed just enough Irish cream in this coffee that I think I will be fine. I'm recording this like end of March, so St. Patrick's Day was like, what, how many weeks ago? It's fine. Whatever excuse I have to be able to deal with this volume is what I'm going with, because this volume is going to be terrifying. I just have a feeling, right? I just have a feeling this volume is going to be a lot, and the anime was a lot, and if you've been looking at my reactions and following along with me, volumes 9, 10, and 11 have been a lot. So what I'm curious about is that we just defeated Wild, finally. All of last volume was just Wild, which is a thing in itself. But we've had so much extra content for volumes 9, 10, and 11 that now that we're at what I presume is the eclipse in volume 12, I'm like, what else extra are we going to get? So I don't know if the Skull Knight is going to make an appearance during all of this hubbub. Him and Zod have been working behind the scenes for whatever reason, trying to influence Guts and Griffith to be in this time and place for the causality loop to occur. So I'm like, but why? Why is it to Skull Knight and Zod's benefit that Guts and Griffith are there? I don't know. So I'm very curious to know if they will show up, or if they're going to be behind the scenes and Guts is going to meet them again later and be like, why did you do this? And then they'll be like, here's why. I don't know. And Miura's really good about not telling you or giving you any kind of hints or clues. Like I said a few volumes ago, it's kind of like he just gives you some puzzle pieces and he's like, these fit together. And you're like, but how? And then he like gets on his Skull Knight horse and flies away. And you're like, that didn't help. And that's pretty much just Miura. So, and we're only a fourth of the way through the volumes. So we got a lot of Berserk to cover. But before we dive in, and before we get crazy with volume 12, because it's going to get crazy, I'm sure, I have comments that we need to talk about. So Dogan Me talks about, I really like Dogan Me's comment about how Guts and Griffith are different, in that Guts constantly blames himself for everything that's going on. He constantly thinks it's his fault. He's like, it's my fault this is happening. This is all my fault. And when Casca gets mad at him, he's like, well, it's my fault that's happening. Whereas Griffith never blames himself. Griffith conveniently finds ways to blame everyone else if he has a hardship, but it's not Griffith's fault. Griffith has done. Now I know why the meme is Griffith does nothing wrong, because it wasn't Griffith's fault that all this happened, even though every decision so far has kind of been Griffith's choice. So that's really interesting to me. Ridesante pointed out, I loved how Ridesante phrased this. It's like Griffith's decision to basically accept the proposal to become Femto was the cause of GodHand gaslighting, which I love the alliteration of GodHand gaslighting. It's great. As well as him realizing for the first time he was in love. And after having that realization of being in love, he was tortured for a year about it to where his dreams and ambitions crumbled. So yeah, I agree with Ridesante that it makes sense why Griffith chose the route that he did. It just really sucks because we see his friends go through all of this hard work, all of this effort to save him. And his thanks to them is to sacrifice them to a bunch of demons. So that's really exciting. But yeah, it's interesting to see it all play out in more detail now. It really is. Moomin talks about how Gaiseric is actually the same name as the king of the Vandals that went to war against the Roman Empire. And I don't know if I said this in the last volume, but the entire backstory with Midlands has a very Roman Empire-esque kind of Tower of Babel feel to it. So that makes a lot of sense. There's also references they noted to Burgonet of the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V. And also, I gave Mira a hard time. I give Mira a hard time because the ratio of male to female nudity is not equal, but we've talked about in previous volumes of how that's just a Japanese thing. Come on, Japan, show me the peni if I can see the vagina and the breasts. Show me the peni, but no, we're not getting that. But in any respect, they talk about how the female Bakaraka that I was like, oh, her boobs are showing, actually is referencing the Hindu goddess Kamar or Shmar. I don't know how you pronounce it, but after they said that, I was like, yeah. So Mira, I will give Mira a pass for that one, because if they were making a tasteful religious symbolic gesture and reference, then okay. That's classy. I can accept that. So that makes a lot more sense. So thank you, Moomin, for the historical and religious imagery information. That helps out a lot. Bankitas noted in reference as well that it's Silat. Silat is how you pronounce their name, Silat, and that Silat is actually a style of Indonesian martial arts, which I'm like, okay, that would make sense. Mira gives Silat the name after an Indonesian style of martial arts. That makes sense. I thought that was really cool. So thank you for help with pronunciation. I appreciate that. Christian Kansas talks about at the end of volume 9, the idea, oh my gosh, I like the idea that Christian pointed out of Guts has always slept with the sword next to them, but here, and I talked about at the end of volume 9, sleeping with Casca next to them, and she's like replaced the sword, but she's been a sword to Griffith, so it's like all the parallels, right? Moomin was like, if they could just have a threesome, we would have solved most of our problems. You know the meme where it's the giant book, and then if this had happened and it's the tiny book? Berserk would be this thick versus this if they just agreed to have a threesome. If Griffith and Casca and Guts could have just had a threesome together, problem solved, GodHand out, could have all been resolved. End of story. Happily ever after, but can't have nice things. So I thought that was interesting. And then Sunray, finally, Sunray had some really, really cool information that I thought was really neat to pair against Griffith. Because Griffith, you think of an eagle and a lion, right? And we've had the Band of the Hawk, but that doesn't really tie to a lion necessarily, or an eagle. But they talked about that there is a god called Abraxas, which is the god of good and evil. And I thought some of this really was cool. They are symbolized with a sparrowhawk, so that adds up. And they're mentioned in Demian by Hermann Hesse. And one of the quotes from that text is, "The bird flies out of its egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born first must destroy a world. The bird flies to God, and the god's name is Abraxas." And I was like, oh, well, that is a pretty interesting quotation that to me describes Griffith becoming femto, bursting out of the egg, becoming this deity by sacrificing the world or sacrificing their world. It all adds up pretty scarily. So yeah, that's a thing. And then they also talked about Nietzsche having the quotation, "You must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star." And as we've seen from Griffith's internal monologues, there's a lot of chaos there. A lot of chaos. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I love these comments. I will probably have to, like I did with volume 11, because of scheduling and me leaving for a trip, I will probably have to go ahead and record volume 13 later this weekend. So I may not answer many comments with that, but that just means that for volume 14, I'll have a lot of comments. So hopefully that'll be a thing. But again, I'm recording this at night, so I've got my boozy coffee and I'm not ready for any of this. I wasn't ready for last volume with Wild and that nonsense. Knowing what is coming, I'm not ready for any of it. The only thing I could think of is they might not get through the entire eclipse by the end of this volume. We might be carrying over into Deluxe Volume 5 into Volume 13. Oh. But it just, man, we could have just ended at volume 9. We could have just ended there. And Miura's like, what a great story. And then Guts like wakes up and he's been like, oh, it was all a dream. And then him and Casca are together. But we can't have nice things. So Miura's like, this ain't no happy ending. That's what I'm afraid. I'm afraid this is not going to have a happy ending, this story. It's going to be just a bunch of trials and tribulations of the pain and suffering of mankind. And I'm like, oh, Miura, why? But we're counting our chickens before they hatch. We need to dive into this. So let's just see what happens. We're going to look at volume 12 of Berserk. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. And my dog is probably going to try to get me to play with them because it's that time of night. And I'm just going to have to throw this little toy that they have and ignore them. But here's our cover with the 4 of the GodHand. Man, Miura, the anime was like, oh, we will adapt this perfectly, showing you everything possible you'd want to see of them. Now, I know one of them's named Void. I think it's the one that looks like Mars Attacks. I don't remember the other one's names, so maybe we'll get back to that. We learned their names like in volume 1 or 2, so it's been a hot second. But yeah, you can see around the eclipse, there's all the souls. Oh my God. Terrifying, right? Terrifying. My question is, I guess in the world building scheme of things, maybe they'll just be like, that's just the way it is. Why do they get to be the all-powerful deities? Who decides that? How is that decided? Is it just an evolution thing? Is there a higher being than them? Like they're the GodHands, or is there a deity that they fall under? Or a devil that they fall under? We don't know. Oh my God. So this is Requiem of the Wind, the Warriors of Twilight, Back Alley Boy, Eclipse. Well, that's a very apt title name. The Promised Time, Advent, the Inhuman Host, the Castle, Parting, and the Feast. Oh, this sounds like all of this. This sounds like the feast sounds like when the demons are attacking. That's what that sounds like. Now the question is going to be, are we going to get through the whole thing to the end of episode 25, or are we not? And we're going to have to wait till next week. I'm really curious now how we're going to follow up after Wild and Guts and them being like, well, so Zod, right? Am I right? Yeah, but I really like this shot of the helmet on top of the sword and the gloves. That all looks like, why does that look like Casca? Why does that look like Casca's helmet and her sword and gloves? Oh, Miura, why? Oh, son of a bitch. The Midland border region. Okay. All right. And everybody's gathered. I like Pippin's just doing Pippin's just like doing the meditation on the rock. Pippin stands out so much. And then of course there's Judo next to them. And Guts and Casca being like, well, what do we do now? I really like this. Like, I like Guts contemplating and Griffith is supposedly asleep in the wagon. But I kind of like this. Everybody knows now about Griffith. So what do we do? And that monkey monster is at Bull. And then, yeah. And I like that Corcus goes to ask Griffith and Judo's like, he doesn't have a tongue. He can't talk to you. And you don't know sign language like Guts. So no answers for you, sir. And he's like, well, that's a joke. His throat's just rough from living in prison. Oh, I really like Corcus with like his head kind of askewed, like he was trying to be in denial and being like, what the hell? And they're all like, weren't we going to start again? After Griffith came back, weren't we going to start over? And now we're framed as outlaws and we've been running around the woods like bugs for a year and more than half of us have been killed. But as long as Griffith came back. Ooh. Damn. Oh, and he breaks the sword on the stone. I kind of like this a lot, actually. Obviously, I've talked about in the comments with people, the pacing between the anime and the manga, it's so different. And I like the 1997 anime. I love it. I think the pacing is near perfect. I think that you couldn't make the pacing better. But because the pacing is so good, they made choices and cut out material to make that pacing streamlined. And because they did that, stuff like this had to be tweaked and altered. And I think for the anime, it's fine. I think it's one of those things that it's better if you watch the anime first and then read the manga. If I'd read the manga and read this and then watched the anime, like I think a lot of people did, I think I would have been mad, because then I've been like, oh, well, but they didn't do it like the book does. So I think I would have been upset if that had been the case, right? Because yeah, they all kind of have to figure out, well, what now? We kind of are, what do we do about this? Oh, didn't I call it? I knew something like this would happen. Oh my God, I love that. And now it's hopeless, right? It's hopeless. I like how each of them react differently. I like that Corcus is talking, because that's how Corcus rationalizes through things. He runs his mouth. Judo has his hand up against the rock, like trying to be rational and figure out what to do. Pippin is trying not to cry, which is breaking my heart. Casca, like, what can she say? Her heart's already conflicted. And then Guts is like, what if Guts is like, okay, guys, you got Griffith back, so I did say I was gonna leave. Guts is like, well, can I leave them now? Do I leave them now? Everyone knew how that ended, but not a man could bring himself to say it. It's hopeless. Oh man, nobody wants to say it and make it. Only the wind announced the end of the fight. Damn, that spread. Oh, look at that. I love Guts and Casca on the rocks, kind of like they're elevated above everyone. And Pippin's on the rock as well. Judo, interestingly enough, Pippin and Casca and Guts are on the rock. Corcus is the bottom on the ground, and Judo is standing beside the rock. So I think that's interesting how they're placed, right? And then you have everybody standing around. So now it's like, what are they going to do? I like that one guy in the corner's like holding his sword up, like he's going to stab something. Wow. Yeah, nobody wants to say it. And that's not even the end of the chapter. That's just like a double spread moment. Miura's like, it's almost like the wind goes through the panel. What do we do from here on? It's not like the Band of the Hawk has been wiped out. We have you, Casca, Commander Casca. Oh, but Judo says, without Griffith, there is no Band of the Hawk. If you're still here, you know it all the more. The one who's given the most this year is Casca. Don't ask any more of her. Guts, what are you going to do, man? Because, yeah, they're all like, they were going to ask Casca to lead them, and Judo's like, no, Casca's gone through a lot. Don't ask any more of her. Like this. Guts, what are you going to do about this? Oh, give me some time. There's still time until we join up with the other unit. Let me think about it until then. So she's actually considering she would lead them. Because, I mean, what else? But then Guts is like, hey, remember we were going to leave? Remember we were going to run away together? You're not going to stay with these guys, are you? What do you plan to do once you're done thinking? Don't tell me. What were you about to tell them back there? To finish the battles that you start. Pretty strong, aren't you? There are some battles a person can't give up on because they started them. She's like, yeah, you tell them to stay here and finish these battles because you started them, but you want me to run away with you? I started these battles just the same as they did. Oh, oh, buddy. But can you say such things to Griffith the way he is now? He's just like this little bird. He looks like a little baby bird that's helpless. Everyone's weak, and they cling to the dreams and other people. I wonder what you can do for someone who's lost what they cling to. Kind words, stern rebukes. Ugh. Yeah, she's like, these people cling to Griffith, and without Griffith, what do they have to cling to anymore? I love all their weapons on the ground there. I wanted someone to be by my side. Oh, I love that shot. And there's Griffith looking, and he's looking in between the sheets. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Oh, all the layers, all the jealousy, everything. I'm going back to check on Griffith. Yeah. Let's change those bandages. Oh my God. Yeah. Now the question is, as I'm turning the page. Oh. Someone by my side. And you have Guts and Griffith, who Griffith right now technically needs somebody by his side because he can't physically do anything else. So he's required to have someone by his side, technically. But, you would think emotionally and spiritually he'd want someone by his side. And then you have Guts, who can physically be on his own fine, but he needs somebody by his side as well. Or he doesn't, I don't want to say Guts needs somebody by his side, but he wants someone by his side, right? And Casca and Griffith both kind of need, but they need in different ways. Casca's need is more of an emotional need. Griffith's is a physical need. And Guts is just a want. So, interesting. My thing was, I was going to be like, is Griffith going to reach out and try to choke Casca out of jealousy? Or is he going to try to hug her because he wants her by his side and wants somebody by his side like she did for Guts? I don't know. I really like that the Warriors of Twilight. I like that shot of Guts and Casca. That's a really good shot. I like them there. That's a good one. Okay. His hands were so small. He tried to grasp everything with these hands. Yeah. And they would ease my anxiety. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. But she can't. She's shaking because she's like, suddenly Griffith is not the monolith that he was before. He's not on the pedestal he was before from her. It's my turn to be the one to do that. But she's like, can I do it? Oh my God, Griffith's eye! His eye is terrifying! Oh, and she knocks over the bucket of water. Oh. And he went to grab her. Oh. Oh. Let's see this next page. See, because he goes for her. Oh. And she tells him to stop. And he looks like he's about to cry. Oh. There's a lot to take with this. It's, was he trying to push himself on her like he was with Charlotte because he was thinking of Guts? Was he trying to, I don't think there's anything romantic with what he's doing. I don't think he's romantically interested at all at Casca. He's been using her this whole time. But is he trying to assert his dominance over her again? And that's why he's trying to hold himself up above her? Is he trying to reach out to comfort her, to get some kind of comfort for himself? Is he doing it out of jealousy and spite? To see if she would react like Charlotte reacted to him? It's not spelled out entirely, so you can kind of interpret it different ways. But Casca's just kind of she realizes, in this moment. What I like about it is she does give him a hug, and it's almost like she realizes, man, this is what I wanted back then. But now that it's here and it's in front of me, I don't really want it anymore. It's kind of like that. There's a show called Arrested Development, and one of the characters, she has a crush on a guy, and they finally, they're in a school play, and she finally gets a chance to kiss him. And when she does kiss him, she's like, oh, this isn't what I wanted. And realizes that it's not all it was cracked up to be. Oh, yeah, I liked this conversation with Judo and Guts. Yeah. It's unfortunate to wake up in the middle of one. He's like, so what are you going to do? Go back to training? It's like, well, I guess I'll invite who's left to start a thieves group. We can at least look after Griffith. And Guts said, me too. Well, he's like, you've already separated yourself. There's no obligation. He's like, is there one for you? There is. I'm still a hawk. Oh. But you're different. You've started your own battle. Those who can't stand get left behind. Isn't that the rule of the battlefield? Otherwise, you can't survive. He's like, you should take Casca with you this time. I like these smiles there, take her and go. She's way too serious to lead thieves. Happy-go-lucky is the way of a thief. He's like, no, nonsense thief. No, thank you. Take her with you if you have to drag her. Otherwise, if you don't. I feel like Judo here, to me, is wanting Guts to take, because there's a part of me that's like, if Judo really loved Casca, it's one of those things where Judo is kind of like, if you love her, you let her go. I do think he loves her and he wants her to go, because he's like, if she stays here with Griffith, she's going to be miserable. And Griffith is not going to give it. I think Judo knew the writing on the wall a long time ago. And it wasn't just because Charlotte was somebody that he could politically get with. I think Judo's known for a long time that Griffith was never going to love Casca. And Judo's like, she is wasting her time with him, but I'm not going to tell her what to do. And then Guts came along and he was like, okay, she could get with him. And Judo's the type of person, you know, Guts says that he's like, oh, well, I was ready to let her go with Griffith. But then he's like, no, I don't want to let her go to Griffith. I think Judo is the person that's like, you know what? She's not going to be happy with me. She could be happy with Hawk. With Hawk, I was thinking of Yona the Dawn. She'll be happy with Guts. I'll let her go. And I think he's like, if she stays here with us, she's going to be miserable. And Griffith's never going to give her what she wants. And she could have that with Guts. So, yeah. And like, are you planning to run off alone again like before? Oh my God, Gaston! He's like, oh, hey, boss, you're not going to run off and leave us, are you? Oh no, Gaston. I love the way, before I turn the page, I love the way that Judo is drawn in both of these pages. His expressions are really, really well done. I love the kind of melancholy that's with him. It's really, really good. No! Oh, look at their faces. Well, if you do, let's go with you, Captain. Oh my God, look at their eyes. Their big anime eyes. They're like, please, will you let us go, Mr. Guts? Oh my God, Gaston. Oh, your death is going to hurt so hard. It's going to hurt so much. All of us Raiders decided not one of us is against it. We can still fight. Come on, Captain Guts, take us. What about your clothing shop? Oh, that proclamation's all over Wyndham. I'm not getting the Wyndham rewards anymore, Guts. Come on, take me on. You guys are like family to me. I can't leave them. We'll figure something out. And Judo's like, I'm sure you'll find it here, the place you belong. And that's when Guts is like, maybe the place I belong did exist. I was too stupid and stubborn to notice it. But what I really wished for back then was here. It's like, you know, one of those like too little too late. He's like, maybe I shouldn't have left. But you don't realize that until you go, and then you figure out what was lost. Oh my God. Why do I always see these things after they're done and gone? Oh, that's so cruel, Mira. That's so cruel. How dare you? And then, of course, Casca's like, oh my God, like, ugh. He just fell asleep. She's like, what just happened in there? Yeah, her getting confronted by him. I wish she'd talk about it more. Oh. Oh, and she's like, well, why are you crying over nothing? Did something happen with Griffith? Oh. That's not it. Oh. Damn it. I can't go. Oh. Damn it. I can't go with you. Oh, she's talking about it. Good. Griffith is so small now and fragile. That proud Griffith. I can't leave him. There's no way. I can't leave him like that. And Griffith, he looks like he's asleep there. His little eyes are closed. I'm sorry. And he's like, me too. I'll stay. Oh, and he was going to stay too. Damn it. Yeah, and I don't blame Casca because she's like, he's so fragile and needs all this attention. She's like, I can't just leave him. Like, what kind of person would I be when somebody that's helped me all this time is right in front of me needing help and I just abandon him? She's like, I can't do that. And I don't blame her. And I don't think it's anything romantic. I think she's just like, this man literally saved my life. And I can't just run off without him and leave him in this state. And she's like, you won't hang from anyone's dream. You fight your own battles, right? Do you remember that night at the hall? Oh, Griffith's eyes opened up. And anyone who tramples on that dream, you have to go. If you're Griffith's friend and equal, you have to. Oh, I don't want them to break up. Damn it. No. If they just stayed in a threesome, we could solve this whole problem. We would be perfectly fine. But no, we can't have nice things. Even if it's alone, you have to go. I like how the mask that Griffith wears cuts out where you can't see his eyes and what their expression is. Why do I always see these things after they're done and gone? And it's not that Casca doesn't love Guts. It's just that she's like, I can't leave Griffith after everything he's done for me. But Guts, you can. And everybody's loving people and letting them go. Why? And Guts is like, damn, I shouldn't have left him. What I love about this spread where it's him and Casca is it kind of reminds me of the snow where Guts walked away from Griffith and Griffith was like sitting down in the snow. And now Griffith is like almost, the blanket over him almost looks like a blanket of snow covering him. It's a nice callback to that. It really is. Even if it's alone, you have to go. Oh my God, that image of Griffith is terrifying with the eyes. Oh, that is terrifying. Back alley boy. Oh, we're getting into this. Yes, into that. Yes. What do you fear in this place? Oh. Oh, shit. Yes, here we go. Oh. And he wraps his arm around it. Let's go. We're not done playing yet. The sun hasn't gone down yet. Oh my God. This whole part here is amazing. Oh my God. All the intricate things there. Yes. Oh, and Griffith. Oh, I love how that's drawn. Oh, the damn horse. He might have hurt us. Guts like, I'll follow him. You tell Judo and the others. Oh my God. Damn it. And he's got, yeah, when he had the horses like whipped by the mouth, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I rested too long and I've got to go now. This playtime hasn't ended yet. The back alley cobblestone path still goes on. I like that Griffith is like, screw them. I'm going to do this on my own. I'm like, damn it, Griffith. Oh my God. Oh. But then they hit the rock and he flies out. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, wow. In the dream here, he is got the towel over his legs like he is paralyzed. Oh. That was it. We don't get to see our old friends much these days. I wonder what they're all doing. I wonder if he's still swinging his sword around somewhere. This dream makes all the more sense now because if Griffith had stayed with her and Judo and the thieves, then eventually I think Judo and the thieves would have left and they would have let Casca as Griffith's caretaker and she would have literally become this old maid watching over Griffith day in and day out. Yep, I think that's exactly what it would have happened. Damn. Also, I'm noticing I'm watching another show called Freerin, and the emblem of the white hawk kind of looks like an emblem in Freerin. It also looks like a Zelda emblem as well, but that's interesting. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, and then the kid. Yeah, so they did have a kid. She's like, just because you can't talk and move means nothing. Yeah. Everything that happens seems like a dream. It'd make a good fairy tale for the boy. Guts, don't bully Pippin. Oh, I like they named the dog after Pippin. Pippin's like, you couldn't name your son after me? You name your son after Guts, but you name the dog after me? Thanks. Yeah, Mom. I'm better suited to this lifestyle. With you and the boy, just the three of us. Oh, and the behelit in the soup. Oh, I like the image of Griffith flying through the air, literally like a bird. My thing is, in Griffith's mind, this is Griffith's vision. Griffith feels like if I think he gives himself a little credit there. He gives himself a little credit there because in Griffith's mind, he's like, oh yeah, Casca would have just settled down with me and would have had sex with me and would have had a kid with me. And I'm like, or she would have pined for guts, right? I feel like in Griffith's mind, he's like, oh yeah, Casca would have been all over me. And I'm like, would she have? It's interesting that Griffith thinks that, but just interesting he thinks that it's their kid, right? And like, what if it wasn't her kid? What if it was Guts and her kid and she just named the kid after his dad and raised him with Griffith? That's even worse. We never get confirmation of that, so it's just what's in Griffith's mind. Oh yeah, with the arm that's broken. Oh yeah. And then he starts laughing. Oh my God. Uh-huh. And he tries to kill himself he tries to kill himself there on the stump. Ugh. But he can't do it. I mean, if he had, here's the thing. He goes to kill himself. He's right there in the center of the neck, but he slips and misses and it gets this side there. And it's like, even him trying to kill himself, he can't do it. Laws of causality and such. But yeah, he is at the end of his rope. He is at the end of his rope and cannot accomplish his dreams. And what does one do when they are desperate? Why? Oh my God, that spread. Miura does an amazing job of making Griffith like so skinny and so fragile and so just tiny, puny looking. And then, yep. There's the sun. And what does he fish out of the water? The damn behelit! The damn behelit! Why, how fate would have it that he just happened to run into it, right? How fate would have it. Now the question is, did the GodHand, did they just send that behelit downstream just to make it look like Griffith found it? So that he could summon them? Was it fate? I love the shot of him lifting the behelit up against the sun. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, Eclipse. Oh, and there's, oh my God. The behelit, that's the egg cracking open and revealing Femto. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, we're here. We made it. Nope. Not happy. Not having this. And then, oh, wow. I've always loved that shot of Griffith with the arm broken holding up the behelit against the sun. I've always loved that shot. That's so amazing. But now he has both Zod saying it will return to your hand because that's how it is. Use it. Call them our guardian angels. Oh, my God. The anime makes it seem like it's just all coincidence that they just happen to be called into there. But after meeting the Count in volume 1 and 2, and the Count explaining that you have to summon the GodHand yourself. Now, in the anime, it made sense because it could have been an accident because we didn't have all of this with Zod and with Wild. But now that we have it, it makes more sense that Griffith chose to call them. Oh my God, he chose! Griffith did nothing wrong, right? But he chose. Yeah, he chose to call them. Was it me, the one who drove you? Was I the one who brought all this upon you? And again, we talked about this with the one comment at the beginning of the intro. Guts blames himself. And I'm like, look, you did leave Griffith. Yeah, you did. But Griffith chose to have the affair that screwed this all up. So it's not Guts' fault entirely, right? Guts had a hand in this, but it's not entirely. Guts is not the only one to blame, right? What do you want of me? What can I do? Once I catch up with you, what then? Yeah, Guts is like, what do I do once I catch up? How does this work? What do I do? Oh. And she's like, that was careless. This will drive Griffith further into a corner. How thoughtless of me. Oh, I hate it. I hate that Casca's like, we shouldn't have been saying this. No one, it feels like we're just being awful to him. Oh my God. Yep. Oh my God. I love Guts and Griffith looking up at the same time. Oh, the eclipse. Oh my God. Oh no. The eclipse. Oh shit. Yeah. Ah. Oh, this is drawn so beautifully. It's art. It's art in the highest sense. This is incredible, but it's all going down. We're here. We're here. Fourth of the way through the story. Oh my God. Which, you know what? Oh. Oh. Stay away. Oh. Because the blood did drip on the behelit. And Griffith had those thoughts. And was it Griffith being like, shit, stay away. Nope, I had these thoughts. And now I'm regretting. No. But this feels like it's the only moment where Griffith regrets getting them involved. Other than that, it feels like he doesn't regret anything else in that moment. My thing that I just realized is we're going to be a fourth of the way through the series with this whole thing with the behelit. I don't want to know. Spoilers, so just keep this in the back of your minds, those of you that are caught up with the manga. But my head thoughts are usually Japanese structures have 4 acts. So if this entire act ending with the eclipse was act 1 and we're fourth of the way through the series, I know Miura passed before he could finish the manga, and I don't want to know how close to the end of the story he is. I don't want to know that, so don't tell me that, because we'll get there. We'll get there. But that's just where my head is right now, thinking, okay, we'll be a fourth of the way through the story and a fourth of the way possibly through the narrative. We'll see if that pans out. We'll see how that goes. But, oh my God. Oh, yeah. Nope. There's the demons. Here we go. I will say, this looks a lot tamer than the anime was. The anime was freaking insane, unless we get that in the next couple of pages. Maybe not. Oh, no. Yep, there we're getting to the demons. We're not quite to the Behelit land yet. When we get to that, that's going to be terrifying. Pursuers, the Midland Army. Guts is like, my spider sense is tingling. My Zod sense is tingling and telling me these are very dangerous. Let's not get near them. Griffith, stay away. Oh. If you touch me now, if you put your hand on my shoulder now, I'll never. He's saying, if you come to me now, this man that I love, if you come to me now and you tempt me, Guts, then I'll never become king. If you put your hand on your shoulder and you get me to come back with you, then I'll never become king. And I'll never get to be the victor of my dreams if you put that hand on my shoulder and you come get me. Oh my God. Oh. I'll never again with you. Oh. I'll never get to be with you again because I'm going to sacrifice you. Oh my God. Griffith, why? Why did you do this, Griffith? Why? You didn't have to. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh shit. That is, Miura, that is terrifying. That is terrifying. Oh my God, the white space on there. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. This is horrifying. Like, Miura's really good at drawing horror anime, horror manga. I'm terrified by this. Oh, there we go. Well, we're getting there now. Now's all the faces. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, here we go. Yep. Yep, now we are in where everything is made out of the faces of the Behelots. Oh my god. Shit. Well, we're only halfway through the volume, and oh god. Oh my god, this is terrifying. Oh! Puck. Is that Puck? Did we get Puck booty? The promised time. That looks like Puck. I'm gonna guess it is. I forgot about Puck, but we're gonna see, I guess. Floating just beyond it. Oh! Hi! Holy shit! Rickert! Rickert! Oh! Yes! Boy, get away from here! Please, do not go near them! We're at the border. Thank you for all your trouble. Will you be all right? Take this with you. It's medicine, our troop's secret remedy. It works on wounds, fevers, stomach aches, everything. If you look like you're about to collapse any minute. Oh, thank you very much, troop leader. Oh, Rickert looks like he's seen shit. He's like, you all don't know what's out there. For everything. Take care of yourself. What do you suppose wrong with that boy? He looked pale as death. Maybe something truly frightening happened to him. There he goes. Oh my god, is that Puck in the wagon? Won't you see him off? See him off? You gotta be kidding. What is happening? What is this? The second he saw me, he freaked out like he'd seen a ghost or something. You see his kind sometimes, especially in cities where folks don't believe in ghosts and whatnot. I bet he's a rich kid from some cozy place in Midland. Oh, so that is Puck, right? So, and of course, Rickert would freak out seeing Puck because he remembers the elf that nearly killed him. Oh my god, that is definitely Puck. But what? Maybe he got messed up with too much of some of my buds. Yeah, like his friends. Yeah, so his friends, the other elves. Perhaps we'll peek into the boy's future. Oh my god, is this the fortune teller that gave Griffith the Behelot? What is this? An evil omen, an incredible calamity is about to occur. The stars have gathered on that boy's path. A huge number of evil stars with a giant white star at its core, as if they swirl about it. It's Keto! No, is it Rago? The giant white star is now being concealed by the moon's conjunction. There you go again, old lady. I don't get it. Just say it a little simpler. I've never seen a star arrangement like this. An evil omen, a most terrible one. A sign of calamity that could unfold an entire country, no, the whole world. Conjunction is a new moon. The star that suddenly appears in the night sky and scares people is called Keto. The star that steals light from the sun or moon and causes an eclipse is called Rago. Along with other imaginary stars, they are ancient legends. So, is Rickert going to be safe, or is he going to go meet up with him and die? I hope not, because it's like, why would the Skull Knight save him only for him to die? Oh my god. Oh. I don't really get it. Oh my god. If it's that bad, shouldn't we keep him from leaving? No, we mustn't. The boy is deeply involved with this gathering. That he was here now is evidence itself of that. It's his fate. To interfere recklessly in one's fate is against my principles. It's impossible to do such a thing in the first place. Everyone is how they are, how they must be, and all the more if it's something that involves the whole world. Good omen, bad omen, it depends on your reasoning. None are able to fathom the ways of God. Psh! What's the point of dressing that up? In other words, what will be, will be. Oh. I wasn't done. That you and that boy happened to cross paths here might also be part of God's grand scheme. Oh my god, an eclipse. Yeah, and Rickert's like, is something bad happening to everyone? Oh my god. So is Rickert going to meet up with Puck again later and Guts? Oh my god. A hole. I thought not to let it is Puck! Yes! It's not like you're getting any bolder. Oh my god! It is Puck! Yes! Yeah! I'll bet some big god or devil or something is peeking through that hole. Oh my god, Puck! Ah! If only you knew. If only you knew. I feel like Mira's like, look, there's Puck. Aren't we happy to see them? It's the last bit of happiness you're going to get the rest of this volume. God. And I love how the eclipse, oh my God, looks like an eye. It looks like the center of an egg embryo, and also looks like Griffith's eye. Oh my God. Holy shit. Yep. Oh yeah. I am with Mira drawing everyone freaking the hell out because yep, would most definitely be freaking out. Oh my God. And the faces themselves are all made up of tiny faces. This is terrifying. Terrifying. Yes. Oh my God. Yep. Where the hell are we? And I like that Casca's like, shut the hell up. Keep cool. Don't dwell on what you can't understand. Do what you can. Oh my God. Casca's like, I'm going to keep order in this mother trucker so you all just don't freak out. Oh my God. Guts, get Griffith on a horse. She's quite a woman, more so than I thought. Yeah, why is this here now? I'm sure he didn't have it with him when he got rescued. And why are there tears of blood and the shape's different? When the world went weird. Did this do that? Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, you know, crying tears of blood, totally normal. Oh my God. Yo, this is bad. It's just so creepy. Oh, I'm sure Miura had a blast planning all of this out. I'm sure Miura had so much fun planning this. Oh. Oh my God. Who are they? The time of the Great Nocturnal Festival, the feast that happens once every 216 years, the eclipse. Yep. They are coming. The Advent. The sovereigns of we the supernaturals. The advent of the 4 guardian angels. Yep. Here we go. Sun's out, guns out. Oh my God. Here's your here's your end of Evangelion shot. Oh my God. That is terrifying. Welp. Tasteful. Just tasteful. Oh my God. I do love the way she's drawn there. Like, that is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God, Miura. Miura's like, I'm going to draw the biggest pair of boobs you've ever seen. Oh, here you go, lads. Feast your eyes on this perfectly plumed. Honestly, with her in this shot, I liked it when she had the black feathers around her instead of the vampire wings. I wish she'd kept the feathers because I think the black feathers make her look like a black angel, and it looks just, I think it's more aesthetically, I don't want to say unique, but I think it's more aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. But here you go. Here's your big old breasted woman. Yeah. There she be. Yep. Interesting. I kind of want to know the backstory of how each of them became demons. I kind of want to know the backstory of her and why, like what she chose and why. I mean, I can't imagine in this type of world what we've seen happen with women, why she would choose to become a demon that could kill anyone. I can't imagine what would lead her to those conclusions, but who knows? I also like that Miura just gave her like total boobs and vagina, but now we're going to tastefully cover those with tiny little back claws. Miura's like, what? Right? Tasteful, right? Here she be. Yep. And then here comes this guy looking like a giant penis coming out of the mess. Gross. Absolutely terrifying. Oh, I like that the one little squid one, like the squid billies, just pops up like as a black, like just carved out of the manga itself. Oh my God. Yep. Terrifying. There he be. And then, yeah, he looks like one of the swordsmiths from Demon Slayer. Absolutely terrifying. The designs are so creepy. Yep. They're great. And then, oh my gosh. Look at Mars Attacks. Look at that. I like that one just like melts from the heads. Oh, how creepy. That one's clearly the leader, aside from Femto. That one's clearly the leader of the group. That's terrifying. Oh. Wow, Void is enough to get an entire double spread. I mean, Void's enough to get a double spread of himself. I feel like that's a sign they're the head honcho, right? They also have the biggest brain, so as well as the most exposed brain. Curious indeed. Yep, there we go. There's our money shot. Gods, no, are they demons? As the fortune teller said, it depends upon your perspective. Wow. At this great time of blessing. Oh my God. I bid you welcome to this transcendent place, this abstract time. You lambs of the ungodly God, born of man. I like the ungodly God, born of man. The sacred nocturnal festival. You honorable child, consecrated by the laws of causality, the hawk. And I like that she's like, honorable child, laws of causality. Gus is like, wait, what? You're the chosen one. At this time, in this place, the chosen one by the hand of the great God. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. They chose him. They picked him. When they say chosen one, they're like, yeah, chosen one by us. We picked you because we know your ambition. We know your personality. We've followed you all this time, probably via the Behelit. We know you're exactly the type of person who are like us and are totally up for sacrificing everything you could possibly care about to fulfill that ambition. They're like, we know exactly what you're going to choose. So when Ridasante was like the gaslighting GodHand, it's like, yeah, they're going to say everything that Griffith wants to hear. Every word. Because they know he's going to say yes. Because they've kind of cultivated and found the right person to take the job. And it's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. And he's like, you are our kinsman, the blessed king of longing. Wow. And then Griffith's like, shit, I remember that. I like that they call him the king of longing. You can determine longing as longing for ambition, longing for being king, longing for a tall, muscular man holding you up right now. You can determine that longing as being many things. And then I love Guts is like, enough of your stupid shit. Yes. Guts, I love you. Yes. And they're like, oh ho. I like that the girl demon in the corner is like, this is the fan fiction I've been waiting for. For 216 years. Yes, the angst. She's been searching those AO3 tags. She's been clicking angst like sad ending, dead dove, do not eat for like 216 years. She's found her place. She's found the right story. First you drag us into this godforsaken hole and you say whatever the hell you want. Yes, Guts is on the mark, right? Consecrated child, kinsman, keep that dumb bullshit to yourself. I haven't even seen this guy naked before. He ain't got so much as a tail growing. Don't lump him with you freaks. Oh, Guts. Casca's like, well, he's seen Griffith naked. I love that Guts stands up and they're all like, oh. And then she puts the laptop down, puts the fanfic on read, and is like, such beautiful friendship. You'll make for an excellent sacrifice. A precious sacrifice so that he may become a demon. Yep. And isn't that the thing? The demons in this world are created because something that tied them to their humanity is sacrificed and lost. So she's like, oh yeah, Griffith can become a demon, a powerful demon with all this power. All he has to do is give up everything that made him human. And he does. Oh my God. Sacrifice that he may become a demon. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race and I'm honestly surprised. I mean, obviously her boobs are out, but I'm surprised there's not been a drag queen do like this look. I think the aesthetic, I think you could make it to where you could cover up the breasts enough, but I think the aesthetic would be really cool to see a drag queen do this look. I'd be all for it. Yes, please. Oh, a demon, a sacrifice. From the moment you took possession of that crimson behelit, you had the qualities to become a demon. You took possession of it, and that means you are qualified, sir. You are qualified to become one of our top employees. It's like the only TikTok meme I know. But yes, perhaps I should say that because you had those qualities, it fell into your hands. Yeah, it's one of those things I'm like, the GodHand gave you the behelit because they knew you had the qualities. Let's be real. That you use the behelit to summon us is evidence you are qualified to be our kinsmen. After all apostles gathered here used behelits to obtain their proper form. Yes, their proper form, their true form, right? Mm-hmm. So all of them. Now here's the question. Obviously, again, I'm just throwing theories out there. I don't want to be told whether I'm right or wrong. We will find out because we have like 30 volumes left to read. But I'm wondering if we know that Zod and Wild were humans, presumably, that used the behelits to become demons, presumably. That's as far as we know, or is the thing. My question is Guts going to use a behelit to become a demon to fight Griffith? He's already got the brand. He's gonna die and go into that vortex anyway, right? So is he gonna have to become a monster to fight a monster? He's already doomed to die anyway. It's already been set in stone because of Griffith. So is Guts going to be like, I could use a behelit and do this? Or are the GodHand not gonna let him do that? I don't know. I'm just saying it may happen at some point, right? To obtain his proper form. Furthermore, the behelit you hold is no ordinary behelit. Only one who can be reborn as one of us. The guardian angels of the GodHand receive it. The crimson behelit, the egg of the king. And the rest of you are invaluable sacrifices for the angelic advent. And they're like, what the fudge? Like Pippin opens his eye up like, what the fudge? We are. So basically announcing that the other demons that were created and obtained their proper forms just had regular behelits. They didn't have the crimson ones. But you get the special like Willy Wonka golden ticket. You get a chance to go to the factory. And that's where Griffith is at this point. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. All the demons. They're all so creepy. No. Ew. Yeah. Oh my God. Terrifying. Oh my God. Yep. Ew. Ew. They're all so like all the big exaggerated mouths and the one eyes and like the disproportionate bodies and the tongues and everything. Oh, and at this point, when Casca realizes what's about to go down, she's like, oh, well, I can panic now because, yeah, there was but one word to describe it. And Griffith looks so tiny next to Guts there. One word to describe it. Oh, my God. Despair. Oh my God, that is terrifying. Miura. Oh my God, you could see Guts holding Griffith. You can see all of them on their horses. You can see Pippin. You can see Judo. And those like monsters are terrifying. Oh. Yeah. I feel like it's a Where's Waldo? Like to see the demons, like, are we going to encounter these demons later on in the story? Are they going to show back up again? Oh my God. Oh, that's terrifying. Nope. Oh, the line work, the inking. Miura is incredible. This is just amazing. And it's seeing all these different types of monsters, and Guts is like, you're going to turn Griffith into one of these monsters in exchange for our lives. Like, not quite. What will do that is his will. He will offer all of you as a sacrifice. Oh, the gaslighting GodHand. Mm-hmm. And Guts is like, Griffith would never do that. All lies within the currents of causality. Yes. And I'm like, bitch. Everything has been determined. All of your lives have been spun into the sacred temporal nexus, the eclipse. The time is now at hand for us to perform the invocation of doom. The invocation of doom. Oh my God. The thing that's so insane. Oh, you can kind of see the Fiflord back there with the snake. The thing about it is they say all of this because they know that they've watched Griffith all this time and they know he has sacrificed everyone to get to where he's at. So they're like, what's one more sacrifice? And it's to get you power to get what you want. The way that Griffith looks, though, in the bottom of that page behind Guts, he looks horrified. He actually looks terrified in that moment. That's terrifying. Nope. Oh my God, bring the child to the altar. Oh my God, no. Oh my gosh, and Guts and them trying to help him. Ah. Terrifying. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad Rickert doesn't have to be here for this. I'm so glad Rickert's not here for this. Oh. But he grabs onto Guts with the knife. Oh. Like on the edge of the world. Oh, ew. But he has arm, the broken arm. I like that the hand that drops Guts is the one that sells the behelit in its hand. Oh my gosh. And of course, Guts using the knife to slide down the cracks. Oh. Oh my God. The inhuman host. Oh my God. Here's the thing. The inhuman host being called this. Well, Griffith is the host, right? He's the host that's going to become Finto. Calling him inhuman is suggesting that he already had made up his mind and he was capable of doing that, I guess. Or that he was inhuman, that he was going to sacrifice them, and that he'd already set. They're suggesting he's already given up his humanity. You all just don't realize it yet. Oh, that shot is so insane. With the hand. Oh my gosh. That's even crazier. Ah! We'll say this. You can kind of see down like all the demons that are there. There's like one that looks like a dog, has like a little dog face. There's like moths. There's ones that look like horned beasts and everything. There's things like heads on the back of another. One looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. There's also like female demons. You know what? Mira's like, the demon world ain't just a sausage fest, guys. there's some demon ladies as well. Oh my God. This is terrifying. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The invocation of doom. Just sounds like something from like Justice League or something from the 90s comics. It sounds so 90s and crazy. And Guts is like, I am jumping on top of here. Wow. That shot though, with the 4 angels of the GodHand, the 4 demons on top of each of the fingers, and Griffith is like staring up at them. Oh my gosh, yes. And this is where they just gaslight him to hell. They just get him to go along with it. They're like, are you afraid, one such as yourself? Perhaps in the future you will follow. And they're like, oh, before we do that, let's show you what it is that you are. Let's return to the foundation of your past. It's the reality within your realm of consciousness, materialized within this dimensional plane. And he's like, oh, everyone went home already, but I'll go to the castle alone. Yep. And then that's when he sees the woman, the boy, your friend said they'd wait for you there. And then, oh, with the maggots on the body. The castle's that way. Oh, ew. Oh my God. Because, yeah, the GodHand is just saying, they're like, yeah, you know, you've kind of this whole way to get to the castle have already made a pile of corpses. What's a little bit more? You've already sacrificed all these people to get what you want. What's a couple more people? Do you care about them that much? Come on, Griffith, come on. It's like the ultimate peer pressure. Am I right? Oh my God. Oh. Oh, and him getting all bloody, like trying to crawl through them. Oh. What a noisy child. They're dead. I knew that from the start. You knew, how could you? You knew and lied to me. It was a lie. This is the only road to that castle. There aren't any others. And there's the boy that died in the battlefield. The reason which the castle must trample, as those who wish to reach the castle must trample over people who have fallen here. Otherwise, all that will happen is you'll end up as one of them. Even your friend did. So she's like, yeah, if you want to go to the castle and you want to be a king, you're gonna have to bloody your hands to get there. Oh my God. You're gonna become king of the castle. I want to become a knight. Take me along with you. I want to serve as a knight under you. I'll try really hard. No, it's not. I can't. You're already dead. And they're like, because he's got the arrow in him. Take us with you. We want to fight beside you. We're counting on your dream. Receive our swords and we'll wish to see the kingdom you'll build. We are sure we can fight to the castle if you're with us. Let us fight and serve under your standard. Yeah, and the thing about it is, I mean, there is a part of what the GodHand tells him that's not wrong. All of these people that have followed him have done so because they believed in his dream. But the thing that is so interesting about this is the GodHand, the way this is phrased, is the GodHand makes it sound like all the people that are in the Band of the Hawk, why, they're all serving under him already. They're already his subordinates. They're already his servants. They'll die for him. The whole thing Griffith said to Guts, he's like, you'll die when I tell you to die. The GodHand's like, yep. And now's the time for them to do that, for you to become king. And that's what they want. So why do you care if you sacrifice them? That's why they're here. They're serving you anyway because they believe in you and want to support your dream. But the thing that's so crazy about it is all of these characters, as Guts has gotten to know them, Guts has gotten to see and told Casca during Bonfire of Dreams, he told them about their individual dreams. He's like, oh, well, Gaston wants to do this, and this character wants to do that, and this guy wants to do that. Guts knows that, yes, they are all a member of the Band of the Hawk because they believe in Griffith and his dream, and they're following him, but they're not just following him to serve Griffith and die for him. They also, at the end of the day, want a little piece of the pie for themselves. They're not just hoisting Griffith up on a pedestal, carrying Griffith to the altar and saying, okay, we got you here. There's nothing else we want. We have no purpose anymore. Just kill us. No, they all had their own goals and ambitions and dreams of their own, but they followed Griffith in some regard to help accomplish those dreams for themselves. Griffith doesn't think that. And the GodHand is just reinforcing this idea of, oh, these people aren't autonomous. These people don't have their own dreams. They're just here to serve you. So go ahead and sacrifice them. They're fine with it. Yeah, isn't that insane? That's so crazy. And he's like, I won't do it. I can't take you with me. Because you're dead, you're not alive. You'll never reach that castle. I can't take you with me. What a child to say those things so easily to his friends. Aren't you the one that did this to all of them? Yeah, the gaslighting GodHand. Aren't you? You brought them so far. If only you'd never said they were going there, none of this would have happened. And Griffith's like, well, I never forced anyone to come along. Just whose help do you think allowed you to get this far? The road you come was laid by those boys' corpses. And that's the thing. Griffith, there is truth in that. Griffith can't say, oh, well, I didn't ask them to join. They just joined me. But they did join you. And they have fought for you. And they are the reason you've made it this far. Because you've used them and they've let you use them. But there's more to it than that. And the GodHand is so conveniently not reminding him of that. Right? Not letting him see the full picture. The GodHand's very much like, well, here's part of the story that's convenient for us to convince you to become a demon and sacrifice them. But they're going to leave the rest of it out. Right? You were able to come this far thanks to those corpses. They added for you so many times over. If you want to go all the way to the castle, you have to pile up many more corpses. What's wrong? Are you afraid? Do you want to turn back? You mustn't think that way. That's when the woman's like, you mustn't think this way. If you do, you'll become one of those corpses. Look at your arms and legs. If you're going to regret it, you shouldn't have come here. This is not so nice a place. Why couldn't you have been satisfied just gazing at the castle from the back alleys? Why not just gaze at the dream? Oh, it's so well done. He's like, I don't know why. You should have known. To come this far, you should have known what kind of place this was. Did I know what kind of place this was? I did know. I knew and I walked on everyone's corpses to get here. Oh, now of all times, what's with that? Ain't this part of your path to follow? Part of your path to your dream. You believe that, don't you? Oh my God. And the thing about it is, back when Guts told him that, when he's like, am I a bad person for what I've done? I murdered Adonis. I murdered the queen. I murdered Julius and everyone. Am I bad? Well, back then, Guts was like, well, those people were assholes. So, yeah, you killed him, but it was part of your dream. You're not an asshole, Griffith. It's like this whole experience is the perfect storm of everything that could go wrong, right? Pile them up. Yeah, and there they are. It's not too late. Before you become one of them, pile up the corpses. There's nothing else you can do. And it's like, yeah, I like that the GodHand, they basically gaslight him. They're like, look, you're either going to die and become part of the corpses, or you need to become king of them. So everyone told you that it was fine. So you're doing nothing wrong. And Griffith believes them. What can I say to the dead now? That good is repenting my sins. I can't so much as apologize. This is the path I've traveled to get what I wanted. I can't apologize. I won't apologize. If I apologize, if I repent, everything will come to an end and I'll never get to that place. And the horrifying thing is that there's a little part of you that kind of roots for Griffith's spirit of being so resolved. But then you're like, we're rooting for him to sacrifice his humanity for the sake of greed and ambition and desire. To say, screw you, fellow man, it's all about me. Ah! Yep. Yes, that is you. Yeah. It was no illusion. It's the reality within your realm of consciousness. They're saying this is what you're thinking. And that's the thing too. They're like, because Griffith's like, was that an illusion? It's like, yeah, it was an illusion. But they're like, oh, no. That's just what you really think. It's like when someone else tells you that's what you really think, you might want to question that. That seems a bit of a red flag. Oh my God. Parting. Oh no. Eyeing the castle in the sky, incessantly piling corpse upon corpse. That is you. Over thousands of your comrades' corpses, tens of thousands of enemies have amassed. Over anonymous corpses that were neither friend nor foe, you have trampled as you came with but one desire in mind. Ah. Yep. And now your back alley path has been interrupted. They're like, yeah, this big brawny guy came in and threatened your dreams with love. But behold! Those who have flown with you, the feathers, the hawk's wings, one by one. Even as they shake with fear, they gaze up at you with clear eyes. The ones left to you at the end of your blood-soaked journey, they should forgive you, even if they're now crushed by despair. Oh my God, and Cork is like, what's going on up there? They can't hear them! They should receive you warmly. Then you can go on living. Commit your wounded self to them. Bury everything in exchange for the past. Yeah, they can't hear anything. She's like, oh yeah, these sacrifices, they want you to sacrifice them. They want to help you. So it's perfectly fine. Oh, in the ruins of your dreams. Oh my God, that is the cruel grace of the God born of man. Oh, I like that Void looks so sincere here. He's like, but even so, if you still desire it, like we can't make you sacrifice everyone you that have followed you. We can't make you do it, but like, you can't be in our club if you don't. Yeah, I like that they're like, I mean, that's just the cruel grace. You have to sacrifice all of your humanity to become a deity. That's just the price you pay. Even now that castle is in your eyes more dazzling than anything. They're like, I love him. His hand is freaking long. Look how long that skeletal hand is being like, look at that. Look how long that skeletal hand is. That's freaky. That's creepy. Yeah. I like that he's like, look, if this is the most dazzling thing in front of you, if this is what you want and you want to be king, the only way you will get it is if you sacrifice them. That's it. That's all. It's your choice. But you either take the dream now, take the promotion we're offering you, take the $100,000 bonus, or go live in a cardboard box. Those are your options. And they frame it to where it's so absolute. There is no other way. They frame it like there is no gray area. It is black and it is white. And that's been what Griffiths wanted from day one. Pile up all that remains to you. Chant the words, I sacrifice in your heart, and you shall be granted raven black wings, upon which you will soar from the summit into the heavens. Oh, if it be the reason that destiny transcend human intellect and make playthings of children, it is cause and effect that a child bear his evil and confront destiny. I like that. So, and then of course Guts shows up being like, Griffith, don't listen to them. I like it. He's like, if it be reason, if it's logical that destiny transcends human intellect and make playthings of children, it is cause and effect that a child bear his evil and confront destiny. So basically they're saying, this has been your destiny all along. We're just asking you to take hold of it. We're asking you to fulfill that destiny that we've conveniently told you about that would help recreate this God that we've been wanting to recreate for a while, and you just happen to fit the mold. So help us do that, right? Because they already know what he's going to look like. So it's like, yeah, oh my God. Yeah, just insane. The crazy thing about this is the Slug King said no. The Slug Count said no when they asked him again to sacrifice his daughter. He was like, nah. I'm going to go to hell instead. Do I respect the Slug King more? Oh. And we're going to parallel that moment where they smiled at the window at each other. Yes. Out of thousands of comrades and tens of thousands of enemies, you are the only one. You are the only one that could make me not want that dream. Then why? Then why? Then why did you just say no? If you're like, Guts is right there, he came to rescue you, Griffith. Why couldn't you just say no and go with him? He chose ambition and a kingdom over love. Son of a bitch. You're the only one. Yeah. Guts was the only one that he loved that would make him turn away from that dream. Son of a bitch. Damn it. Who made me forget my dream. And he said he would sacrifice. Oh my God. No! Damn it! Damn it! No! No! Shit! Ah! Oh! The threads bundled by the laws of causality have been bound. Oh my God, the promised time has come. Oh my God. I hate it. I hate it so much. Nope. He chose to sacrifice them. Oh my God! No! Ah! Shit! Nope! Oh God! And they're all gonna go after them to kill them and eat them. Oh my God! That is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. How long do we think this took Mira to draw? I feel like it took a long time. I feel like it took a while. Do we have... Where are we at? Where are we at? Oh, we're on the last chapter. Of course we are. The feast. Ugh. I don't think we're ending episode 25 this chapter. I think we're going to have to continue on into volume 5. Ew. So creepy. So creepy. Oh my God, Mira. It's just hell. It's just absolutely disturbing. All of this. All of this at once. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Yeah. And just, oh my God, just ripping people apart left and right. Oh, nope. A massacre. A unilateral slaughter. It was a feast. Yep. 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 Gluttonously devouring everything. The Inhumans' twisted feast. Oh my God. Is this real? Oh my God. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, there's just eyeballs everywhere. Nope. Nope. Here's the thing. Funny story. I just finished Monster by Urasawa. It's a great series. You should go watch it. It's amazing. It's a bit more, it's dark and twisted, but it's, in comparison to this, heartwarming. But one of the themes, without spoiling anything in Monster, one of the themes that comes up repetitively is the idea of eating and having dinner. And so in Monster, it's a representation of humanity, where when you sit down and eat with someone, you converse with them, you communicate with them, you get to know them, you build camaraderie, you make a connection with that person. And throughout Monster, there's lots of moments, if you watch, where people are eating and that them sitting down to eat is a moment of them coming together and bonding and forming connections. And here, Miura takes that concept and just completely throws it on its head. Oh my God. It's just absolutely disturbing. No. Why are we in this place? Yes, exactly. Why did we get here? Oh my God. Now what has been graved upon your bones and your bodies is the brand of sacrifice. Those engraved with the brand are demonic offerings to the last drop of blood, to the moment of agonizing death. Damn it. Ugh. They become, oh my God. They become food for the new child of darkness. Oh. Oh, and you see like all of it melt, like everything melting away. Oh my God. Just wait, I'm coming to save you. I'll get you out of there. The strength of man will no longer prevail. You are mistaken in thinking you will save him. This is what he wanted. You should have been able to hear it. What he definitely said last. They're going to be like, you're going to point it out again. I'm telling you to shut up. There's no way he'd do that. But he did. But he did say sacrifice them. He'd never say something like that. In life, unrelated to one's social standing or class as determined by man, there are some people who by nature are keys that set the world in motion. They are the true elite, as dictated by the golden rules of the universe. They obtain the power of gods. He wouldn't say. For no other sake, to accomplish it for himself, a dream. Do you think I'm cruel? Again, there's another series I'm watching called Heaven Official's Blessing, or I finished it. And it talks too about the idea of some people are born with this like aura. They call it aura of a king. And it's this idea that you're just born with this. You're born with this purpose, and it makes you stand out over others, right? And then of course, Guts goes back to that, right? Is this what you wanted? And the sad thing is, at that moment, I think Guts is like, is this really what you wanted? Guts is kind of like, shit. Was he always like this? Is this what he wanted? Guts is like, damn it. And he's like, I don't have time. And then him saying there, like, he has the sword plunged in the face, but he's like, am I going to sit here and dig at this egg? And it's what he wanted? Or am I going to go and try to save my friends? Oh, and they're like a sacrifice. Oh, I love that he has the sword there. And I like that he like reaches for Griffith and pulls away. Oh, that's such a good shot of Guts. Damn. That'd be a nice tattoo, actually. Oh, ew. Oh my God. It has been determined. Yeah, he's going to become Femto. Ugh. Oh! That's it. Everyone beyond that hill. Rickert! What? Rickert! No, Rickert, what are we doing? Oh my God. What? Oh, shit. So is Rickard a whirlwind? No. Where are they? Oh! Oh! Oh, is that Zod? Is that Zod the Skull Knight? Oh, shit. What? No. What? It is! I'm sorry. Oh, my God. What? You are shitting me. What? What? So while this whirlwind is going on that has Guts and the others inside, while all that is happening, meanwhile, Zod, sweet fluffy Zod, and the Skull Knight, badass mofo Skull Knight, are having this battle, and Rickard's just there? What? So, oh my God. Oh shit, no. Okay, so the covers, there's volume 10, which is the skull. Ooh, I like the volume with wild. It's like purple and orange. Creepy. And then I wanted to see what, oh my God, Femto, coming out of the crimson behelit. It looks like his skin is red. It looks like Femto's skin is blood red like the behelit. Oh, that's so freaking creepy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. So, I don't want Rickard to die. He got saved by the Skull Knight for a reason. Why they wouldn't save him from the Skull Knight just to send him back to die, right? So, the only thing I can think of is Rickard is going to get Guts out of there somehow. That's how Guts gets out. Rickard gets him out. And my theory is that maybe Rickard is going to be responsible for nursing him back to health. Maybe. The question is going to become, how did Guts end up with Puck? So maybe Rickard gets Guts out of there and heals him back up and runs back into that troop that saved Rickard. And the troop has Puck and the fortune teller. And the fortune teller might tell Guts more about what's going on. And then maybe Rickard gives Puck to Guts and is like, take Puck with you. And I don't want Rickard to die. So I'm very curious to know if Rickard ends up going with the troop or what ends up happening to Rickard. I don't know. My question then, so that's question one. Like how, I think Rickard's going to get Guts out of there. And Rickard is going to be the connection from Guts to the troop with Puck. And that's going to be the connector. And I think Rickard's going to, I don't know if the Skull Knight or Zod are going to throw Guts to Rickard and be like, take him away. And Rickard's like, okay, fine. The second question is, why is Zod fighting the Skull Knight? Why do they care right now? What is going on? I want to know more about the Skull Knight. And I hope we find out next volume. Like, is the Skull Knight like a former GodHand that is now forever, like, was he kicked out of the GodHand? Did they kick him out because he was too cool? What happened? Did he disband and exile himself? Is he fighting Zod because Zod has a brand and he's destined to kill him? I feel like Zod and Skull Knight are the equivalents of Guts and Griffith, and they're fighting an epic battle until Judgment Day and trumpets sound, and they're gonna keep fighting each other forever and ever, and Guts and Griffith are doomed to be in the same boat as them. But I want to know more. I'm so curious. I want to know more. My crack ship is right before me. My crack ship is right before me, y'all. In all their beautiful glory outside of a tornado where a new Zod and Skull Knight equivalent is being formed. Yeah, I know. So the good news is, it looks like we're going to get more in the next volume with this eclipse. Everything's not over. That's the good news. The bad news is I poured this too soon. I'm going to need more of this next week, because next week we're definitely, more than likely, getting into the whole bit with Femto. And I'm not ready to see how that actually ends. Next week is possibly the end of the anime and us going into unheard, uncharted waters. And what do we do about that? We're starting uncharted waters next week, and I'm kind of in awe. I think that we're going to reach the end of the anime next week, which is going to be a thing. But then where do we go? What do we do? What about the Skull Knight and Zod? What's happening? How is Rickert the one that is seeing all of this? Oh my God. Yeah, and because they're fighting. Yeah, the two of them are fighting outside the cyclone. So both Zod and Skull Knight, what's interesting is, get this right. What's interesting is that Zod seems to want all of this to happen. Zod has wanted, he's like, oh, there's that guy that's going to become Femto. Well, I don't want to be him, but it's got to happen. Zod seems to be actively causing things to happen and go along with what the GodHand wants. But the Skull Knight simultaneously is kind of doing the same. The Skull Knight is like, it rescued Rickert and he kept Rickert from getting hurt, but he encouraged the demons to go find the GodHand and like ordered them around, which makes you think he's in cahoots with the GodHand. And he seems to like, both Zod and the Skull Knight seem to want things to go along according to plan as dictated by the GodHand, but why? What's the reasoning? I'm so curious. Oh my God, I can't believe we have to wait till next week. Oh, that's so frustrating. I'm sorry. I'm going to wait a couple days because I have other things I need to record, but I will probably not be waiting for comments before volume 13. I'm probably going to go ahead and read it. And then I will be gone for a week from recording, which is a long time. So in the meantime, I will be able to get comments for volumes 11 and 12, this one, and possibly get that ready, possibly volume 13, to get ready for volume 14. So, oh my God, I'm floored, absolutely floored. So I hope you all enjoyed this reaction and discussion. I'm curious to know your thoughts down below, but I'm just baffled. So in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back next week with more Berserk. Bye.